your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
Morning, as expected, it was frosty. Check this picture out. Really cool close-up from Justin in Cedarville. That's down near just outside Richfield Springs. Look at the ice on the alfalfa leaf here. So that is vapor to ice. It changes state. You don't see it. Well, you do if you're up early this morning, unlike yours truly. I was looking at my eyelids, so I didn't get to see it. But pretty neat to see. You get deposition, and that was the end result. Temperatures chased the dew point last night, and well, in the case of last night, it's actually the frost point. And if you wanted to get really technical, it's actually the melting point of ice, but that's a story for another time. Check out these numbers this morning. So it got down to right around 30 in Utica, Griffiths, in Rome, 27. More on why that number is significant coming up. And you can see mid-20s Oneida, down into Otsego County, Lawrence, Oneonta in the mid-20s. 24 up in the heart of the Adirondacks and Skenevis. Technically not really in our area. You'll never hear my voice. Down to 21 this morning. We saw temperatures skyrocket today, and that's the thing about dry air. Look at the dew point, still 26, so dry air is much easier to heat up compared to when it's humid, because humidity is evaporation and it gives off, it's a cooling process. If you'll allow me to be a nerd for a minute, we warmed the air dry adiabatically today. The bottom line is it skyrockets when the air is dry. It can warm up much faster. So it's not going to get as chilly tonight. No frost expected, mid-40s. And then tomorrow, it turns warm, mainly dry. The clouds are going to increase by the evening. We should get into the mid, perhaps upper 70s. Lots of good stuff here across the Northeast tonight. And here in the Mohawk Valley, temperatures mid-60s, like I mentioned. And oh, by the way, a new record for today. The old record, 29, goes back to 1981. We dropped to 27 at Griffiths Park this morning, so pretty significant. And if you're curious, like me, I looked up what the #1 song was in 1981, and it was Betty Davis' Eyes. So have a look at your forecast then for Friday. Mainly dry weather, breezy, warm, highs into the mid-70s. North Country, I think it will turn warmer. Breeze, temperatures up around the upper 60s to right around 70. Sun over to some clouds by the evening. Mohawk Valley becoming partly sunny. Highs will make it into the mid-70s, though, from Dolgeville down to Herkimer and into Otsego County tomorrow. Warmer day, mostly to partly sunny, highs in the upper 60s to the low 70s. Have a look at your weekend. So I mentioned we have one wet day. That's Saturday, maybe even a thunderstorm. Better half of the weekend is Sunday, and warming up too. Nice again into next week, little bit cooler Monday, but then we start the warm-up. Great run of weather. Heading into next week, could be near 80 by mid-next week.
I keep needing that reminder that the rain is necessary. Kind of puts a damper on your weekend plans, but when you put it in that perspective, it's all right.
Yeah, timing's not great, but it will be welcomed rain.
Definitely. All right. Thanks, Greg. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on News.
Now, your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
We're going to start by going to schools. So you remember change of state in science class? So we're talking deposition and vapor to ice in Cedarville. This is from Justin this morning. And look at the ice crystallization forming on the alfalfa leaf here. Look at that, kind of right around. Isn't that neat to see? So that was this morning. You can't see the change of state happen, but you could definitely see it on the leaves this morning. So you can see kind of a frosty, crystally look down there in the rural parts of near Richfield Springs. All right, so let's talk about what's going on tonight. No frost in the forecast tonight. I expect temperatures to drop down into the 40s. We're already there with a clear sky. There are just a few wispy clouds coming through. Winds are kind of light out of the south, and those will actually pick up a bit later tonight. 47 now. It's 56, though, in Syracuse to Binghamton, 58 at last check in Binghamton. Boston, where Jamie just informed me that Tay-Tay's playing, right? Yeah, and it's bedlam there, right?
Sure is.
All kinds of stuff going on. 51 degrees there. Here's a look at satellite and Doppler radar loops combined. Again, a little few wispy clouds coming through. Otherwise, it's a mainly clear sky. We look to the west. That's where we have our next cold front kind of lining up out here. Now, this front is going to work its way to the east, but we're getting some new indications now that this might actually hold off. Okay, it'll slow down a little bit by the time we get into Friday night. That's when I think the highest chance of showers is into Saturday. Now, there's still some conflicting information on when exactly this front comes through, so we'll keep you posted. Right now, it looks like the wetter of the 2 weekend days will be Saturday. So I think mid-70s tomorrow. Winds will be out of the south, start out partly to mostly sunny, and then through the course of the day, clouds will start to fill in, and I don't think they start to really leak anything until tomorrow night. Look at that sky out there right now. Beautiful night. Temperature 47 degrees. Again, light winds right now, but we're not going to see the numbers drop like they did last night and early this morning, because I think the winds will start to stir a little bit more later tonight. Have a look at your weekend. So again, one rainy day on Saturday. We got you 64, and then it's all better by Sunday. I think partly to mostly sunny. Temperature right around 71 degrees. The future right there on TV for you. So mid-70s tomorrow. Clouds increase late. There'll be a wind kind of purring along. And then we get some wet weather in Saturday at some point, either morning or midday, and it will probably be occasional rain into the afternoon. But it's out of here by Sunday, 71. A little bit cooler on Monday, but fresh sunshine. Picture perfect weather Tuesday. The good stuff, Kenny Chesney, on Wednesday, 80 degrees, and it looks like we're going to keep it rolling right into Thursday.
That's what we like to hear. Thanks, Craig. It was a beautiful night out there for some baseball, and tonight's game to watch was a big one. Brennan joins us after the break with the results of tonight's TVL Championship. Stay with us.
Your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
All right, good evening to you. It was a frosty, cold start to the day here as expected. So check this out. Little science lesson. So change of state, vapor to ice. You don't see that happen, but you do on the leaves. That's an alfalfa leaf from Justin's farm down in Cedarville. And you can see the ice there around the leaf. So that was a common sight across central New York this morning. Low temperatures, 30 in Utica, 27 in Rome is a new record for the date. And you can see everyone dropping into the 20s, even low 20s in rural Otsego County. So it's not going to be as cold, like not nearly as cold tomorrow morning at the bus stop. Probably some 17 degrees warmer, I guess. Yeah, we'll call it warmer. 44, no frost with a good deal of sunshine. And we do have a good deal of clear sky out there right now. And a temperature of 48 degrees. Winds will start to stir a little bit later tonight. So we'll call it a mainly clear sky. And again, not as cold as last night with a low right around 44. And then tomorrow, breezy. It will turn warm as we go into the afternoon. The difference as we get into the afternoon is we are going to see clouds start to race in by the evening, and eventually some wet weather by tomorrow night into Saturday. And still some kind of conflicting info on exactly when and how long it's going to rain Saturday. Do think it will. I do think it will. It's going to be raining here Saturday, but I don't think it's going to be all day. So we'll fine-tune that for you as we go into tomorrow. So you can see where it's lining up to the west right now, out towards Wisconsin and the UP of Michigan down into Iowa. That's a front that will be shifting to the east. In the meantime, high pressure building off to the east, so we're going to get more of a return flow, which means temperatures will respond nicely. So 50 Cuse to Utica here, it's at 48 degrees. Here's where we go tomorrow afternoon. I think low and mid 70s. Trenton, Rome, Utica, Boonville, mainly dry, breezy, and warm. Into the Adirondacks, sun, over to some clouds late in the day. Warmer day as temperatures get into the upper 60s to right around 70. Mohawk Valley for you on a Friday, low 70s, I think, becoming partly sunny. And for Otsego County, not as cold early and milder as we get into the afternoon, mostly to partly sunny, upper 60s to near 70. Have a look at your weekend. So one rainy day, occasional rain and rumbles, and it's going to be a smelly rain. I mentioned that last night because we've had an extended period of dry weather and everyone treating their lawns and putting the chemicals in the ground. So when it rains, it's going to cause that chemical reaction and you'll get kind of the scent of the earth. So something to look forward to, I guess. Hey, much better on Sunday, 71. A little bit cooler Monday, but nice. And then we start to warm up. Just picture perfect weather as we go into next week. Look at that, near 80 by Wednesday. And hopefully it will continue into the Memorial Day holiday weekend, which is, you know, the unofficial start to summer. Right now it looks like it will, but that's still, you know, 7 to 10 days away.
Don't jinx us, Craig.
Right. I'd have to charge you for that forecast.
All right. Well, thank you, Craig. We'll talk about the clean slate bill and bottle deposits next after this break. Stay with us.